السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد आज का सबक सुन लीजिए.
Let us listen to the Aaj ka sabaq, which is delivered daily by Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Yunus, the son of Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Umar Palanpuri rahmatullahi alayh. Lesson number 964. In today's time, if you even have to see a person that is flying in the air, then do not believe that that person is necessarily a pious person or a very great wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A person who's knowledgeable with his mouth, but his heart doesn't share that wisdom, that knowledge. Such a person is very disruptive to this ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. There was a time when from Basra, there was a group of people that came to Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. As they were leaving, there was an alim, there was a person who was known as a scholar from amongst them, whose name was Ahnaf ibn Qais rahimahullah. So Umar radiyallahu anhu kept him back. And for how long? Umar radiyallahu anhu kept him back for an entire year. So after he left, after the entire year was completed, then Umar radiyallahu anhu said, "Do you know why I kept you back?" So I said, "Please do inform me." He said, "We have heard that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam warning us against such scholars who are hypocrites. They have very sweet tongues, and I feared perhaps you were one of them. So for an entire year I've kept you back just to see what exactly you were in terms of your physical, your spiritual, your inner and your outer, so that I may observe you from very close. And I am hopeful that you are not from amongst those people." Hazrat Abu Uthman radiyallahu anhu says that I've heard Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu saying that on the mimbar of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that you should fear a scholar who is a hypocrite. So we asked, "O Umar, a scholar and a hypocrite, how do we reconcile the two? How do we reconcile somebody who is knowledgeable and yet a hypocrite?" So Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu says that his speech and his actions do not coincide with one another. His actions are not that which is of a demeaning of a scholar compared to what he speaks. That is the end of the quote. Maulana then further goes on to say that once Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu said that this person can go and he can destroy a person who is a scholar also. He claims to be a pious person, but his actions contradict that. Such a person can destroy an entire nation. It is said that if someone wants to destroy a nation, then there's two things you must create, two qualities to create in them. One is that of lies and one is that of hypocrisy. If you do this, they'll create their own plans, they'll self-destruct, they'll call all the problems within a nation. If a nation has two, one is that they have hypocrisy and the other is that they have lies which is common in them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from such a group of people that are liars in their tongues and are hypocritical in terms of their actions and in terms of their sayings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us. What we have said today appears in Bikr Moti, the 3rd volume, and also in Hayatus Sahaba in the 3rd volume. You will find it both in there. Let us read now. Allahumma ghfir li warhamni wahdini wa'afini warzuqni. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has said, whoever has made this dua, he's given the best of both this world and the next. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant it to all of us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.